American poet Thomas B. Aldrich wrote, "To keep the heart unwrinkled, to be hopeful, kindly, cheerful, and reverent, that is to triumph over old age." Welcome to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys.
Welcome to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I'm Kearn Cherry, your host with over 30 years experience in the healthcare field. Our goal of the show is to educate, empower, and inform caregivers across the Mississippi Gulf Coast while ensuring that you are not alone in your caregivers' journeys. Today we have with us Stella Lawson, and she's going to be sharing with us her caregivers' journeys. And she'll be followed by Dr. Harris-Ray, and she's a podiatrist who will be sharing with us some tips on foot care. In addition to that, we have Dr. McKee, and she will be sharing with us why this little pill may make a difference in your life. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or UVerse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
Ocean 7 Television provides a number of marketing solutions for your business. We've got 15-second and 30-second commercials that run throughout the day. Also, we produce programs for a number of independent producers all across the Gulf Coast, which air on Ocean 7. For more information, email us at info@ocean7tv.com. Our marketing solutions will help increase your business. Television is powerful. Broadcasting reaches the whole Gulf Coast. Ocean 7 TV.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journeys. I'm joined today by Stella Lawson, my perfume lady. That's what I call you all the time. And so anyway, Stella, I'm so glad you came in with me. I talked to you many times about the caregiving and the struggle of a caregiver and stuff. And I didn't realize you were from Florida originally. Your family came over from Florida. Your daddy was in the military, then he got out.
Yeah.
And so he was recruited by, what is it, First Assembly?
First Assembly of God on Oak Street in Biloxi.
Oh, so you were actually a pastor kid.
I am a PK.
You're a PK. Awesome. Awesome. So anyway, and you also a singer. A lot of people may not know that, but you and your friend actually started a singing group. What was the group?
I was called really to start a group, a gospel singing group, really called to that, songwriting, and we formed a group called Harmony.
Ah.
And we were together. We recorded 4 albums and traveled to many churches all over the Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
And what was that like, just traveling and singing?
That was very exciting. I'd rather sing and write music and perform back then better than I wanted to eat. I was just very driven by it. I love it.
Right, right. Well, it's carried over into everything else you do as well.
Yes.
But so at some point you actually moved back here and lived near your parents, and you had to start taking care of your parents. Tell us about, I know you told me that your mother actually was having small little strokes over time, and then she eventually had a major stroke, correct?
Yes, she did.
Uh-huh.
My mom, she was a very private and modest lady, and just by allowing us to take her to the hospital during this time was a big deal. So coming back home, she refused home health to come in. She refused physical therapy to come in.
Wow.
Luckily, I had a great friend who was a physical therapist.
Okay.
She came over and she gave me tips and taught me what to do daily. I was 2 young sons, a single mother, and lived actually 2 doors down from my mom and dad.
Wow.
Worked a full-time job and a part-time job, but you know, just you kick in because of the love and devotion that you have toward your parents.
Wow.
And growing up, you just never imagined that anything like that is going to happen to them.
Right.
And when it did, you know, you don't think second thoughts about anything, you just do it.
You just do it.
You know, getting up early, preparing breakfast and their coffee for them, because my daddy was spoiled. He didn't do it. He was used to being waited on. My mom had him good and spoiled.
Right.
And taking the boys to school, and then coming home from lunch from my job, preparing lunch for them. And then, of course, at the end of the day, doing her exercises, bathing, and preparing her favorite turkey sandwich that she loves so much. And yeah.
So you had to do all that, and she actually got better.
Yeah, after 6 months, she actually regained feeling in her left side of her body, and started moving about, and she was ready to go back to church again.
Right. So you had your mom that you took care of, and then she passed somewhere during that time frame.
1998. She passed away with, she went in, actually, she had not seen a doctor since I was born.
Wow.
So that was like 43 years.
Wow.
And so by her being in the hospital, that was the first time that she had an ordeal of even being seen by a doctor, much less hospitalized. Then she, in 1998, her bladder had fallen, so she had to go in for surgery for that. But during her recovery time, she had a massive heart attack. And of course, she was laid up in ICU in a coma for about a week before we made that decision to go ahead and pull the plug and let her go.
So, and then you took care of your dad, and he had Alzheimer's, is what you figured out.
Yes, and it was, I guess, early 2014 we started noticing, I did, because I spent every day with my daddy at the church, doing, you know, secretarial work for him, whatever he needed to do. He was a very proud man and never wanted to admit to anything, but I just noticed consistencies in his conversations, telling me he was great reminiscing the past and telling me stories, and but it became daily, every day. He would forget that he had already told me that yesterday. So I just noticed onset of dementia, but of course, as a proud man, he wouldn't go get it diagnosed. But in 2016, he did, and it was an onset, and when he was actually told about it, it really affected him. He went into, I believe, into a state of depression because he didn't act like my dad anymore. And when he fell mid-2016 and broke a couple of ribs, my sister, who lives locally, I have one older sister here in Ocean Springs, and Judy and David rushed him to the hospital. And during his stay there, it was a slow decline. We thought we would be bringing him back home and going through therapy, and but he slowly declined, so and 3.5 weeks later, he passed away.
So, well, you know, I'm not going to let you leave without talking about what you do now. And so I know, like I said, I call you my perfume lady. And is there some things coming up that you want to share real quick?
Yes, I'm a retail sales consultant. I do work for the L'Oréal company, fragrance company, but I go into Dillard's as a vendor.
Okay.
And I do have a couple of products that are coming out, brand new fragrances for men and women. The end of July, we're very excited about our fall that's upcoming.
So Dillard's has some dates coming up.
Yes, we do.
And you can
Absolutely.
go in for free sampling.
Yes.
And go from there. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you joined us today. Thank you
for having me. Yes.
And we are going to be right back with Dr. Harris-Ray.
Hello, I'm Edward St. Pé, Ocean 7 TV. Well, would you like your own television program on Ocean 7 Television? We produce a number of them every week. Your own weekly show will establish you as the expert in your field across the greater Gulf Coast. Info at ocean7tv.com, and we'll tell you how to begin the production of your own show. Info at ocean7tv.com. Join up with a winner, Ocean 7 TV.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or UVerse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journey. I'm here with Dr. Nicklya, I call her Nicklya Harris-Ray, and you are a podiatrist.
Yes, I am.
Actually local, but you actually have your business in Slidell, that's correct?
Yes, I am licensed in both Louisiana and California, but I practice in Louisiana.
Wow. And I remember when I met you years ago, because I was talking to you the other day. I was like, I'm sure I met her and her husband, and we were at a doctor's event at Bonefish back in the day. Anyway, He's a podiatrist as well.
Yes.
And you have a little one?
Yes, a 7-year-old son, George III.
Oh, so in addition to that, you managed to actually have your own nonprofit foundation. So
yes.
And what's the name of that again?
NHR Blueprint Foundation. Oh. We are a nonprofit here on the coast for women and girls.
All right. Yes. And I've been to a few of those events as well. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you because, you know, in caring for loved ones, a lot of times as a caregiver, and even in facilities, one of the last things people think about is their feet. And so, and particularly with diabetics, I always wonder, what are some of the things that we should look at? Some of the things that we should look at when caring for a person, especially with diabetes.
When you're caring for a loved one that has diabetes, especially a loved one that's in a facility like an assisted living or a nursing home, you should always look for changes in their feet. One of the changes could be a darkening of the skin. This may indicate some type of circulation issue, so it's very important to get that taken care of. Also, notice bumps, bruises, thinning spots, things like that, because ultimately detecting something at an early stage can prevent an amputation in the future. Unfortunately, sometimes we as caregivers may not pay attention, or the facility that they are in may not pay attention, and something that's very, very small can lead to something large, like in the circumstance with my grandfather. There was, some things that were overlooked in the facility in which he was in, and unfortunately he ended up losing both of his legs.
Wow, both of his legs.
Yes, he was a diabetic, and even the smallest little scratch, when not attended to, can lead to an infection, can lead to some type of blockage, and ultimately can lead to a limb that is no longer functioning properly.
Wow. Now I know, and when you said that, it made me think about a client that we had in our home care services, and the client actually had a heel that was so black that it eventually fell off, and it was just overlooked in the hospital, and when she came home, the aide took the sock off, and there it was. So, and that I know starts with a bed sore, and then it progressed to something else. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. When we have loved ones that are in facilities and they're not actively walking, or even sometimes they're not in a wheelchair daily, the pressure from laying in a bed all day can lead to the blood pooling, eventually the skin breaking, and infection taking set. And so it's important that we take pillows to prop up the leg to keep it off of the bed. They also make something called a semi-Preston boot or shoe that you can put on that will off-weight the heel and allow for it to not pool the blood or to get friction or bed sores.
What about foot drop? I know a lot of people don't know about that, but is there a way to just kind of protect them from that as well?
Foot drop, some people call it arch drop, but the condition is called plantar fasciitis. And just simply put, there's a band of fascia that leads from your heel to your toes. And when we're immobile for a period of time, hypothetically say when we sleep at night, it tends to get tight and kind of bundle up. So when you wake up in the morning and you take that first step, is very, very painful. One way to prevent pain from plantar fasciitis is to also always wear proper shoe gear with proper arch support. Once your arch is supported, that fascia is properly stretched, and you don't have that sensation of pain all the time. And also, when you wake up in the morning, stretching naturally on your own will prevent the pain from that first step if you indeed have plantar fasciitis.
So that's what happened to my daughter. Not that she was not inactive, because she was active, but she was running in college and wound up having intense pain in her feet. And I never knew that was a real need to have a different shoe for running, but I guess there is.
You need better support when you're an athlete. As an athlete, more pressure, more stretching, more pain, just more intensity is put on your foot. And your foot is like the framework to holding your body properly. So when your foot is off, it could lead to leg pain, hip pain, back pain. We have actually had chiropractors to refer their patients to us before for proper shoe gear, proper inserts, orthotics, or what have you. And they walk out of our office pain-free.
Wow.
And so when you're an athlete, you definitely have to take the extra step to prepare and properly align your foot in the proper position.
So can you tell me a little bit about your nonprofit?
NHR Blueprint Foundation is a nonprofit for women and girls. Our mission is to empower women through health awareness, higher education, entrepreneurship, and travel. We have several signature programs, all which are free to women and girls, and we partner with several people in the community. We have our annual fundraiser coming up soon. That's Heartbeat to the Beat.
Okay.
And that is an annual annual dance competition and wellness outreach.
Okay.
It's going to be on the 26th of August at Gulfport High School, and we have several vendors and community partners that will be participating in an information and health info expo.
And if they want to contact you about it, what phone number?
It's right there on the screen, 601-519-0688, and also you can email us at info@nhrblueprint.com.
So thank you for joining us today, Dr. Harris.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we're coming right back, and we will be back with Dr. Shaun McKee, and she will be telling us why the little yellow pill may make a difference in your life. Right back after these commercials.
Taking care of your aging parents or disabled child can be difficult. PRN is here to help. We specialize in assisting family members and caregivers in keeping their loved ones in their preferred living environment. We provide assistance in homemaker and adult sitter services, nursing assistance, personal care aides, and will even help you with your everyday errands. We have services available 24 hours a day. We'll help you figure out what you need and tailor the hours and services to fit. You can keep up with our show called Caregivers Journeys on Cable 1 Channel 1007 or UVerse Channel 17. If you need help with taking care of your aging parent or disabled child, call and make an appointment with us today at 228-385-2603. For more info, visit our website, prnhomecareservices.com.
Really? And you say you love your grandma? Call 888-936-6832 or visit handydandymoving.com. Handy Dandy comes in handy.
They go above and beyond what any of the other casinos do.
They make you feel at home.
They make you feel like family.
They make you feel at home right away.
I can't even tell you how many hugs I've had today.
Never ever experienced anything but positive and lovely people and fantastic times.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I won't stay anywhere else. I've done all the other casinos. This is my casino.
Hello, Edward St. Pé, Ocean 7 Weather, home of Weather Vision. One of our newest inventions is Radar Bug, something we're rolling out throughout the summer and through the fall. And Radar Bug is an on-the-hour, top-of-the-hour live radar that will be able to pop up 24 hours a day. So if you've ever been interested in knowing what the radar looks like throughout the day, here on Ocean 7 at the top of the hour for 10 seconds, you'll get a live glimpse. That's Radar Bug coming to Ocean 7 television.
Welcome back to the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journey. I am joined today by Dr. Shaun McKee. I didn't want to mess that up again. But anyway, you're going to, well, first of all, I just can't believe you do all that you do. You own a company called the Vitality Doctor, MD, correct?
The Vitality MD.
The Vitality MD. And in addition to that, just looking back, I didn't realize you had been in the military. In addition to being a neuroradiologist, is that correct?
That's right. Served 4 years right at Keesler.
Oh my goodness. And you have 2 sons, and your husband is a gastrologist?
Gastroenterologist, stomach doctor, yes.
That's John McKee.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm like, how do you, and on top of this, get this, y'all, she actually has run triathlons and the Iron Woman Championship. Now really, who has time to do all of this and run their own company as well?
I have a lot of help.
You have a lot of help. Well, you're actually going to tell us how this little yellow pill can help a lot of us. So tell us about the little yellow pill.
Well, my doctor actually was the one that told me about it 6 years ago. I was a little tired doing everything that you were describing, and I kind of felt like I was burning the candle at all 12 ends. And I would really be, just so tired at night. I would fall asleep while my sweet hubby was talking to me, and it was not okay. So he was kind enough to suggest that I go to see if I was low in anything. And of course, my doctor did lots of labs and ended up putting me on about 28 natural supplements, just because she's very proactive in terms of natural healing. So I took these 28 pills for 6 months, and I did not feel any better. And when I went back to see her after 6 months, I looked at her and I said, I hate taking that many pills. And she said, well, there is one product that's clinically proven to reduce something called oxidative stress by almost half in 30 days. And if you look at an apple, when you slice an apple, after a little bit of time, it turns brown. And that browning is due to interaction of the flesh of the apple, which was protected by the skin, and the air. Air is oxygenated, so it oxidizes the flesh of the apple. When you think about it logically, we breathe air. We are oxygen, oxygen is what sustains us, but over time it slowly damages us. And so when I heard that this reduced oxidative stress by about half, I was like all in. And if you think about things that happen after age 20, you don't have these things when you're a young, healthy, teenager, but after age 30, 40, you start to develop things like, rough skin, itises and osises that you didn't have before, and that's all related to oxidative stress.
Oh my goodness. So I read somewhere, and I was looking at your Facebook group, which I didn't know you had. But anyway, so you have a group where people are sharing information, and there was one in there where a person was talking about their child being on they were ADHD. What was something that y'all actually have that helps with that?
Well, if you think about the brain, of course, the bulk of the dry weight of the brain is largely water, but of the solid part of the brain, 60 to 70% is made up of fats. And if you leave oils out on the counter, nut butters, nuts, they oxidize, right? They go rancid. Rancid oils are no good. The same is true with the brain. If the brain is subjected to a lot of oxidative stress, it damages things that, your brain has more mitochondria than anything else in your body because it's very metabolically active. So you've got damaged brain cells, malfunctioning mitochondria, the brain cells are not going to work very well. So if you have a child with issues related to the brain, and you can lower that oxidative stress through the little yellow pill, or we have a liquid brain food, which is really neat, directly targeted to the brain, and the brain starts working better, and these kids can just do things that they were not able to do before.
So, and then I also read something, I also saw a testimony on somebody who had something like Graves' disease. So all these things, or all these pills and things that you can take and actually help with that.
They're really activating the body. Now, these are obviously not meant to treat, cure, mitigate, or prevent any disease. Only drugs can do that in the United States. But what they do is they naturally turn on our genes. Our genes, people used to think our DNA was immutable completely. You were born with the various DNA you had, and that was it. But it turns out that some genes can be turned on and some genes can be turned off. And of course, you want to turn on the good genes and turn off the bad genes. And if you look at our body's ability to protect itself, we have these beautiful antioxidant enzymes, superoxide dismutase, catalase, all these big names. They work millions of times better than things like vitamin C and vitamin E and blueberries that you might eat. And when your body can actually protect itself, every single cell and every single organ works better, including the thyroid, the lungs, the heart, the muscles, everything.
So if I want to get more information about this little yellow pill, who do I call? You
can call my number, text my number. I'm happy to answer, talk to anybody, 228-424-3935.
Okay.
You can email info@theVitalityMD. If you want to see a news report that was actually all about this little yellow pill, you can go to nowageless.info, and there are links there to the published peer-reviewed studies that you can see on PubMed.gov. Or you can join the Facebook group, hashtag the little yellow pill and friends, and you can see the link up there, facebook.com/groups/the little yellow pill.
Well, I am so thankful that you were able to join us and share with us today. And I hope all that information was helpful for you today. I'm thankful for Dr. Harris-Ray for joining us, Dr. McKee, and Stella. and we will see you next week on the Unwrinkled Heart Caregivers Journey.